What's up, man? It's your boy Alvin again there, man. I'm still eating. You know what I'm saying? I gotta sneeze. Give me a second. Say bless you. Say bless you. Thank you. Alright. But this is part 5, man. I mean part 6. And we're finna just go ahead and get into it, man. My name's Alvin. If you're new to this channel, I react to crime videos. I'm a little insane in the brain, but you is too. If you're watching these type of videos with me. But don't get any ideas. If you get any ideas, you don't need to be watching my videos no more. I don't need you to get no ideas from my videos. But let's go ahead and get to the video, man. Go ahead and get into part 6. Got y'all.
So they turned to a key piece of evidence Hunter can't deny. Something they had kept hidden from the twins. A watch recovered from beneath Sheila's body. One investigators initially dismissed, but now strongly suspect belongs to one of the two boys. And whether he realizes it or not, what he says next would seal their fate.
You recognize that?
That's Lewis's phone. That's Lewis's watch.
Lewis's watch?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. What do you think about that?
What do you mean what?
Okay, let me widen it out. That's the picture. What do you think that's the picture of?
Try to take some deep breaths, okay?
We don't have any of those blankets.
Right. It's not your house.
No, I remember him saying that he lost his watch
And when did he say that?
after he got home. Also,
I'll show you one more picture.
he sounded, the way he said, I don't know where my watch is. I don't feel a person would say that. A person would say it that way, knowing that, you know, they wore their watch if they did that. Are you saying he purposefully hurt?
We don't know what his purpose was. We just
Is
know
there-
he made a mistake.
How would he even do that? He's fucking disabled.
That's a great
How would he
I know.
sneak out of the house, get into the house, stab somebody? Is it true that them? Is that true? Did you find DNA evidence?
We're not gonna. Yeah. So
There's no way he would do that.
There's some stuff that happened that we can't give you details
There's
about.
no way.
You have
There's
to
no way.
from the beginning.
If he... There's no way. It's not possible. There has to be someone who planted evidence. There has to be some misunderstanding.
At the thought of his own brother being responsible for the murder, Hunter appears to completely break down. Detectives realize he's now too emotional and overwhelmed to provide any more reliable information, so they decide to end the interview. Despite
Just imagine. You know what I'm saying? You got a twin. If anybody that's watching got a twin, just imagine. Or even your close brother. They kill somebody for no reason. That'd be a sad day. I'd be crying like him too. I ain't gonna lie.
failing to secure a confession and not fully ruling him out as a suspect, still, they've learned something important. More insight into Levi, and confirmation that his watch was indeed at the scene. But just outside the interrogation room, the boy's parents continue arguing with deputies. And with a lawyer coming to intervene, investigators are running out of time. If they want to secure an admission before the interview is shut down, they know they need to raise the stakes with Levi. So the detectives interviewing him finally move on from building rapport and shift the conversation to the scratches, testing whether his explanation matches the one he gave the day before.
Do you know what we're investigating?
I mean, I know something happened down the street.
Across the street?
Or across the street,
Right.
in front of me.
Right. A woman was murdered, right? So we're trying to find out what happened.
I mean, I've already talked to FBI investigators. My cat had randomly woke me up with all the lights off, like sitting on sitting on my neck. So he like scratched my face. I felt very bloody, obviously. There was a lot of scratches on me. Usually, because of my disability as well, I used like a shower chair.
Yeah.
Because I can't really stand for that long without getting like super fatigued and falling, or just like walking around for too long. I didn't use the shower chair because I didn't want to make a bunch of noise and make anybody up.
Right.
So I ended up literally falling, and I fell and like hit my head on the shower hose.
Where'd you hit it at?
I think like around here, like right here.
Jeez.
So I don't know.
Did that cause you to bleed more?
Yes.
As Levi once again over-explains the incident, detectives notice he makes a point of emphasizing that the injuries became worse after he slipped in the shower. But something else in Levi's account immediately stands out. After mentioning his medical condition, detectives recall reviewing his records and discovering that Levi has cerebral palsy. This brings the detectives back to an earlier question. Not only is Levi just 13 years old, but his disability raises serious doubts about whether he was even physically capable of carrying out such a violent attack on his own, especially considering Sheila fought back. Investigators know Hunter is physically stronger, has no disability, and shares many of the same interests in true crime as his brother Levi. At this point, detectives are realizing they may have prematurely cleared Hunter, treating him more like a witness than a suspect, and in doing so, may have lost their chance to implicate him. But with the pressure mounting on Levi, this may be the perfect opportunity for him to turn on his brother. And for the first time during his interview, the bond between the twins is about to be truly tested.
We get in, and like 15 minutes later, Mom starts seeing a bunch of sirens outside, and she opens the window and she's like, "Oh my God, something happened to Denise." And me, already in a panicked, weird state, I kind of started feeling emotionally triggered. And when she said there was a bunch of ambulances outside, I started to freak out even more. I just felt even worse because Mom had said that something had happened to Denise, our neighbor, right in front of us. And I started feeling even worse. Just to the fact that the same night that something happened, or something like that had happened, that I had an injury of my own.
Although Levi never directly blames his twin brother for the murder, he seems more focused on how bad the situation already looks for him. And as the interview continues, it would only get worse, because detectives begin receiving critical updates from the house search that is still ongoing, and officers have started uncovering disturbing items. Inside Levi's bedroom, officers recover a journal containing violent writing and repeated references of wanting to kill someone. They also uncover a growing obsession with serial killers, books, online content, and material saved focused on infamous murderers, and in particular, Ted Bundy. Detectives begin to realize this was far more than just a morbid curiosity. Over time, what began as an interest in true crime had evolved into something far darker for Levi, and now detectives are left trying to determine whether this interest in violence had consumed them both. Because Levi and Hunter are twins, the blood DNA recovered at the scene is consistent with both of them, something detectives choose to intentionally keep from Levi. Instead, they plan to tell him that the DNA points specifically to him, hoping this pressure will make him crack. But if Levi is the criminal genius he thinks he is, he will easily be able to see through the detective's bluff.
So, you said you've never been in Denise's house, never been... Okay. Do you know what DNA is? You ever heard of it?
I've heard of it.
Okay. So we're trying to figure out, and I want you to help me explain this, okay, why your blood would be in Denise's house. That's what we're trying to figure out.
So they turn to a key piece of evidence Hunter can't deny.
See, this is shit I'm talking about, man. Let's get to 500 subs, man, so we can just go straight to the next one, bro. I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Peace.